We're going to look at the census, so you can see how a census looks. And what we did was we went down to the filter and it said census, and we wanted I wanted the 1850, but because that's when they first started enumerating names and so forth in the counties. Before that, they just had little tick marks to show the ages. We'll go to the 1840, and I'm thinking that he died in 1839, so she may not be in here, but we're going to look at this one. Okay, we're going to review this one. As you can see, it says Henry Bishop and Floyd, and it goes by males, and then it goes by age categories, and then it goes by females, and you can see how many was in each one of those. And if they were, what occupation they were, if they had any that were deaf or classified as dumb. Then there were free white persons. This would tell you if they had any slaves, and I don't see any on that page. So this was the roll for in the 1840s, just to tell you these tick numbers. You can go over here and look, and you can see, you can up it so you can see it a little better and see your names and go up and down till you find who you're wanting. And here's Henry Bishop right here, and that's what those little tick marks mean, and it was a total of 12 people. Now this happened to be Henry's son at this time, because he was deceased in 1840. So we'll go back out and go to 1850. I don't want the 40. We'll go to the 1850 because his wife was still alive. And what we will do is go and put this as an edit and put his wife's name in there. And that will change it at that place. Now we want to say they lived in Floyd County. Sorry, I'm misspelling. And you can go down this way quickly and you don't have to type it all out. So this is what we're going to do. It usually will come up right at the beginning. Now you see there's several Fanny Bishops. And at that time that says Prince George, Virginia. And then there's others. I tried this. I'm not seeing her listed at that point. I thought she was living by herself. But this is another way to find your ancestors using a census. And we can put it into North America if we wanted to zero it down, and see if we can find it that way. This was a Fanny Bishop, but it was not the right one, but it was close to the now you can see how this one goes in the 1850. They have the head of the household. This is the household number, and it says what the occupation was, how old they were, male or female, and list their children. And this Fanny was 16 at that 1850. So that's how you would go look, and it usually highlights what you're looking for when you give it the ages. Okay, now we're going to go into all categories. And we're going to search for another category. And you go down here to filter and you can pick out what you want. I'm going to show you the military, and I'm going to put Henry's name back in here because I showed you the pension for Henry, or for Fanny. And his death was in 1839. Okay. So we'll go to search and see what we can get here. Now we know that's not right because that's the Civil War. It's a Revolutionary, and we know this is the right one because Fanny's name's attached to it, and it's Virginia. So this is his war pension and bounty land application. And you can view it. It gives you the pension year that he received his pension, and she applied in 1849 to receive his pension after he had passed away. There's a total of 53 pages in this particular journal. This is the beginning of it. I'll just go through a few of them. That gave his war pension, and this is what it looks like. He was receiving $89 per annum, or per year, and it says who it was paid to, the settler of the land, and he was in for 8 months and 8 days.
What about birth certificates, death certificates, marriage certificates?
Okay. We know he was born in 1757. We're not exactly certain of what county, so we just put Virginia, and we know that he died in 1839. If you wanted to put the exact dates, it would zero in closer for you on that. Here's down here, so you don't have to type it all. And we can put his spouse down as Fanny. Let's see what that will do. You can categorize it by male or female. Okay. If you're trying to go into DAR or SAR, you will not want to use the international marriage records. They do not accept those. This one would be acceptable, and that's what it says. It's saying that they were married in 1785 in Montgomery County. His spouse, that's the film number, and the reference ID is page 4. And that's how you would find that one. This is Virginia compiled records, and if you'll notice, that says 1785, this says 1789. So you would have to decipher exactly which one it was. This one is Henry's son, Henry, who married Nancy it was actually Quessenberry, but they've got it as Cruisenberry. And they married in 1820. There is no image, so you can't print it. You'd have to go back to the county, which was Montgomery, and ask for a copy and pay what they are asking. Sometimes you can pull them up, and it works. We'll see about this one. This does say Virginia Select Records, 1785, so that is your source. So you could make a copy of that, and here is where it was found, Virginia Select Records on Ancestry. The original data was from this. We can't get to that one right now. But that would have been the original placement, and then Ancestry has it on as Select Records. And then here's the U.S., as we had mentioned. And it has where the spouse was born, Virginia, his birth year, their marriage. Now here it's changed to Quessenberry. So that's how you would use these different ones to decipher